Hey everyone, it's Mary. I'm back with the video that shows the cut of this gorgeous spin swirl soap that I made for the June soap challenge. I attempted to cut it in 3-inch squares, so I got out my trusty dusty tape measure and marked out 3 inches. And I have a really sharp cutting knife that I happen to have in my kitchen, and I thought, well, let me try this. This ended up being more challenging than I thought it would be. The knife ends up not doing quite as straight lines as I would have liked, and as you'll see here shortly, it's actually pretty difficult to get the soap off the knife. These spin swirl designs have a much softer soap that takes longer to cure because of the higher water content and the softer oils. And so, yeah, it's not quite the easiest thing, as you'll see throughout this video. Boy, though, when I started cutting it, I knew this thing was going to be a thing of beauty. Even the insides of the soap were absolutely stunning. So my excitement started to pick up here as I started to see the soap and the design start to peek through on the sides. It was just breathtaking. I've never done this design before where I had success like this. I tried it once prior, but it didn't look as pretty as this one, so I was really, really impressed. Here I'm cutting off just the ends so that you can see the design. The edges of the soap typically don't look as pretty as when you cut into it, so I'm cutting off just the last little bit and setting it aside. And now I'm marking again 3 inches and cutting it in half the other way as well. The soap wasn't quite exactly even, so I ended up just sticking with 3x3 and then cutting off the edges of the soap to reveal the design. And as you see, I'm really having to slide it off very carefully and very slowly off this knife. It was quite the struggle. The video is sped up, of course, so it took longer than this. And as you see the bottom briefly, the bottom also is kind of cloudy as opposed to this beautiful spin swirl design. So I ended up cutting off the bottoms of the soap too, which you'll see here in just a little bit. To give you an idea of just how sticky this soap is, I included this clip. I literally had to scrape the soap residue off of the knife with another painting palette knife that I have. And then I was having to wash my large cutting knife with soap and water every single cut just to get the sticky residue from the soap. And so this was left out to cure for about 48 hours, a little bit more, like 51 hours probably, so a little over 2 days, and it was that sticky still. So here I am evening out some of the edges now with my simple wire cutter that I have here. I just wasn't happy. Again, some of them were kind of a little bit on the diagonal in terms of the metal cutting knife. I wasn't quite as straight and up and down with some of the cuts. So here I am trying to make it look a little bit neater with my soap cutter, which did actually help quite a bit. And it was far easier to cut the soap than with the knife. But again, it's kind of hard with these slab molds to cut them with these type of soap cutters, unfortunately. And oh my gosh, when I cut off the bottoms, I was stunned. This basically is a wood grain pattern that I accidentally created without realizing it. So cutting off the bottom of the soap was just unbelievably stunning. I had no idea it was going to look that pretty on the bottom. So that was a very pleasant surprise. And now I'm using my vegetable peeler to bevel the sides of the soap just to give them an overall finished and smoother appearance. So I managed to get 6 3-inch bars out of this slab mold that I used. And here I'm showing you the finished bars. Each one is so completely unique, and again, absolutely stunning. I adore the look of this spin swirl design, but I will tell you, it is a lot of work and time to make these bars. And quite frankly, I personally think it is too much work to sell them for a price that you could, make a profit off of, just because they're so time intensive. At least they are for me. They're so unbelievably gorgeous too that I personally almost feel guilty using them and having their beauty just go down the drain, right, as we shower with them. So they're almost too pretty to use, quite frankly. But my goodness, are they each an absolute work of art, just so unbelievably gorgeous. So I really hope you enjoyed watching me cut these. If you've made a spin swirl design before, would love to hear how it went for you. And once again, thank you all so much for watching my videos. And if you want to leave a like or subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. That helps my channel grow. And I appreciate all of you, and have a wonderful day.